Hello. It's Friday. That means the weekend is basically here, right? How's everybody doing? What are you doing? What's everybody up to today? I'm just curious. Let's see what the comments say, shall we? Oh, I see Sharon. There's Laura. Hello, hello. I see Bo is on. And then, oh, excuse me. Anne. No, I don't knit that fast, Laura. He has no new socks. Although it's about that time, when too much time passes, I start getting queries like, where's my socks? Are those for me? So fortunately, the ones that I'm currently working on will not fit Bo. So he's not getting those socks. All right. And I think I said hi to you. I'm reading all y'all's comments. And Valera is here. Hello, Katrin and Kim and Carol Burnett. I love it. There's Sharon. All right. Karen Burnett is here also. I love it. What's he complaining about? I see he's mistreated. Yeah. Who made him an iced coffee today? Let me ask you that. I did. Yes. Thank you, Sharon. Everybody hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, why don't you do that too while you're at it? Okay, so it's been a busy week. I was telling the Dying to Knit people last night. It has been busy, busy, busy. I've been busy dyeing up yarn. I'm seeing some holes in the grid wall. That's a good thing. So that means I got to do some more dyeing. Last weekend was phenomenal at Knit and Stitch. We always have a good time there. And yeah, we've got some good stuff coming up. Can't wait to tell you all about it. Let's get started, shall we? First of all, I wanted to tell y'all, I was excited all week to tell you this. So I finished this book, The Empress of Cook County, and I have to say my final review is 2 thumbs up. It was actually very good. I think I sometimes, I let my perceptions get the better of me and I think, I think this is going to happen. But authors, they can make anything happen. Anyway, she writes very well. I don't know. I'm not familiar with her other work, if she has work, other books, but I would definitely give them a shot. Elizabeth Bass Parman. It sounds familiar. I want to say I've heard of her. Y'all will probably be like, oh, she's written a ton of books. And then my third Louise Penny book came in, The Cruelist Month, which, by the way, I thought it was interesting. Did you know that Cruelist, that is the British English spelling? The American English usually only has one L, because I was typing it somewhere and it came across as a misspelled word. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Louise Penny knows how to spell Cruelist. Anyway, and that's what I found out. This is such a good book. It has sucked me in. You can see I'm to the point. It's kind of like that knit project where you get to a certain point, you're like, oh, I'm ready for it to be done. I'm excited. I want to wear it. And yeah, and I'm at that point in this book where I need to know who the murderer is. So I might be taking a reading break this weekend, just a little bit, just to see who the murderer is. And I already have the 4th book queued up and ready to go. I don't like waiting. It's kind of, again, it's like a knit project. Who wants to have to wait to start their next knit project? You got to have that stuff queued up and ready to go. I tell you. Anyway, that one has a little bit of a different vibe than the other 2 previous books. It takes place in Three Pines still. And, I read an overall synopsis of the series, and apparently it sounds like there's always, like, Three Pines is always a touchstone that Inspector Gamache comes back to for various reasons. I won't reveal the secret, but so I'm excited. I love this author. She has such a way with words. Like, you really feel like you can really let yourself get caught up in this stuff. So I have to remind myself, it's just a book. It's just a book. So anyway, okay, where are we? Hey, Deborah Sue, glad you're here. Kim says Dying to Knit was awesome. Thank you, Kim. If not in it, you missed out. That's right, you missed out. But good news, you have a chance to participate. Hey, Tara, glad to see you, even if you are having to be at the office. Hello, Julie Garland and Lonnie. Thank God it's Friday. I know. I'm telling ya. Thank God it's Friday. All right. So listen, tomorrow, y'all know what tomorrow is, right? Worldwide Knit in Public Day. I keep calling it National Knit in Public Day. I think it's the National Knit. I have a thing for, what are those called? It's a literature tool, a writing tool. I forget what it's called, but I love them. Like I use them all the time. The beginning sounding words or end sounding words that are the same. And I cannot, for one of y'all probably, alliterations. Thank you, Lonnie. I love alliterations. So I think that's why I keep calling it National Knit in Public Day, but it's Worldwide Knit in Public Day. And as I said in the newsletter, we all love, and y'all have been so awesome about posting your pictures. Obviously, we like to knit, crochet, do our fiber crafting anywhere we can, anytime that space allows or time allows. But this is kind of a special thing, and a lot of special events are planned. So I'm curious, do y'all have any special plans for Worldwide Knit in Public Day? I've decided that I will go. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I thought maybe I would just go to there's a local cafe, Tea Largo. They have these awesome Aussie bowls and things. And I thought about going there. But then this week I saw that the Bay Area Knitting Guild is getting together at the Largo Library. And there's a cafe. Obviously, I must go. So it's from 10 to 2. So if you're local, you don't even have to be a member of the guild. The invitation is open to everyone, so you can come and see what they're about. So I will be showing up there tomorrow morning, whether they want me or not. No, they are an awesome group of ladies and people, I should say. So yeah. Let's see. That's right, Lonnie. East Texas Fiber Fest. I'll talk to y'all about that here in a little bit. We will be going. Bo has to come with me, whether he wants to or not. And Julie, Tracy, and I are meeting up to knit. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I knew she was traveling for work, so that's cool that y'all are. I love that. See, I think informal gatherings they're wonderful. Whether you have, one of the official registered gatherings or you just have an informal gathering with friends, I think that's fabulous. So I'm glad. I hope that, and obviously if you are busy tomorrow or working or you have something else that you have to do, I'm not trying to make you feel bad for not going and, knitting in public, obviously, because you can knit any day in public. So, but whatever you do, I hope you have a good weekend and you enjoy it. I will be cleaning out a refrigerator at some point. I know I've told you all about this, Connor moving out. And, oh no, I don't know if I told you all that. I told my Dying to Knit people that a week or so ago. So Connor moved out, and Connor being a guy and not really planning, it was only after he moved in that he realized, I realized that his refrigerator wasn't working. Now, granted, he wasn't using it initially, but he needs to use it. And I was like, this refrigerator is not cool enough when I went over to clean it out for him. Because I asked him, does your refrigerator need cleaning out? And he was like, yeah, I could use that. So I went over and I was like, yeah, this refrigerator is not cooling. It's not, no, and safety says it has to be below 40 degrees. Well, anyway, it finally got fixed this week. And so I wasn't going to clean it out until I knew for sure that it was going to be fixable. Because this refrigerator, I think, has to be over 20 years old. And I know that at one time refrigerators probably did last that long, but they don't anymore. I mean, we've had to replace one as often as, one was after 2 years. I'm not bitter about that at all. But anyway, this is one of those old refrigerators. The freezer has to be defrosted every once in a while. So I had to do that to see if that was the problem. And anyway, so my point is I wasn't going to clean out that dirty refrigerator unless it needed it. Well, guess what? It's fixed. So be going over there and cleaning out a refrigerator this weekend. So we all do what we got to do, right? Oh, Sharon, you're going to the Big Apple Knitters Guild meeting tomorrow. I love that. I think you said you hadn't been able to go before, and now you're going. That's wonderful. So yes, Laura, it is a bit of a big deal, but he still, as I told my dying to knit people last night, because he almost walked in. I was doing the colorway, and I walked off to do something. I come back, and Connor's got the door open, and he walks around without his shirt on. But I knew he wouldn't want them to see him, so I was like, I'm filming. Because he tends to come over for dinner. Because again, he doesn't have a refrigerator, and he's Connor, so he warned us that I'll still be coming over for dinner because he doesn't obviously live that far away. So he's still, and that's good because he's not a big texter, and I'm not a big phone person. If you know anything about me, I really don't like talking on the phone. I'd much rather talk in person any day. So, but anyway, so yeah, it's a big move, but he's growing up on us. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So, yeah, they don't make appliances like they used to. This is true. But part of me wishes that one hadn't been made quite so well. I don't know what it is about cleaning out refrigerators. I am like, ugh. Can't anybody else do this? I should probably make him do it, but I don't know. I don't feel like that. It's very, very nice. Not very motherly of me. I don't know. Anyway, I have some projects to show you all and there weren't as many this week, which that's okay, but I do want to show you the ones that I have. So first up here is Cheryl's completed Fiorellino. How beautiful is that? And that's in the colorway Bright on sparkly sock, and she made it for her granddaughter, and it looks awesome. So nicely done, Cheryl. All right, Anne finished her extra light bright, Speedy Gonzalez here, and she added a touch of Go Big or Go Home right around the collar and the trim there. And she was kind enough to say that she got the idea off of my early bloomer last week, which that was part of the design element. But still, I love it when people do fun stuff like that. So and she did a great job in fading all those colors together. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I'm pretty sure she lists all the colorways. Yes, we have a Mad Spatter, Sprinkles, Summer Sights, Confetti, Sparklers, and then of course at the end, Go Big or Go Home. So beautiful job in fading those colors together. They just look amazing. And then I stole this off of Valera's page. Look at this. This is games 1 through 68. So if you haven't heard about Valera's socks, she's a big Cubs fan. And so she's been keeping track of the Cubs scores by knitting socks. She's got Red Letter Day and Anchors Away. The Red Letter Day is the Cubs score. And then the Anchors Away, the blue, is for the opposing team score. And then she splits up the games with Sword. That's the green in there. And so she says she's still got 99 games to go. And I just have to say, look at all that red. I'm so glad that there's so much red, because if there was so much blue, I would really feel bad for Valera's socks that she's doing. But fortunately, these look really good. So the Cubs are doing well. And then, in case you didn't see it on social media, Karen came into Knit and Stitch last weekend. She hangs out there quite a bit. And this is a shirt that she made from There's Bright, again, up at the top. And, oh goodness, what is the other one? I have, a mixed bag she did down at the bottom. And this was actually a great example of what we were talking about in my working with hand-dyed yarns class, because you can see where she just embraced the pooling there in the bottom half of that shirt and let it do whatever it wanted. So, and that she didn't, I asked her what the pattern was. She took an old pattern from long ago and then just adapted it herself, even though she's just a beginning knitter, or I think she had just started knitting again after a lot of years, she told me. So, not that that's awesome or anything. Just make your own pattern, whatever. Yeah, that's very cool. So it was lovely of Karen to bring that in. Hello, Evie. Glad to see you this Friday. Let's see here. Oh, wow, Karen, your current fridge freezer is 20 years old. Wow. Yeah, I can't remember the last one I had that was that old. It was probably the last one that had to have the freezer defrosted, honestly. So, I don't know, refrigerators that you have to replace for $2,000 every couple of years or defrosting a freezer. How much do I hate defrosting freezers? I'm just saying. Hello, Cindy B. Glad that you are here. And then, Tara is over on Instagram. Very nice. So I wonder, Tara, did I see I don't think I saw I don't know, maybe you're in both places or maybe you swapped. Anyway, sometimes I forget to look over on Instagram. Either way, I'm glad you're joining us from work today. So, all right, let's get to it, shall we? There was a lot of stuff in your newsletter, right? Okay, so it is not actually 4th of July yet. I know this. However, we got to have time to get our yarns if we want to make something for 4th of July. So I put out these 2 sock sets, and they are Star Spangled, and you get a mini with Red Letter Day and Anchors Away. This is actually a repeat. Both of these are repeat colorways. I just gave them fresh new names, but this has been in the shop a long time ago, I think. And then this one is a more recent one. I did tone down. I decided to try something on, this is Americana. With it, you get Spindle Prick Red and Spirit of Freedom. You get, it's kind of a darker, which is what I'm currently using in a project that I'm working on. I'll show you in a minute. Oh, I didn't show you my projects. Duh, normally I do that first. Oh, well, I'll get to that next. But actually, I'll pull out my socks now because I toned down that base. It really looks pink on my monitor, but it's not. It's a beigey tan base color. And then it has the blue and the red. And that's what I am using on my Mermaid Avenue socks. So this is the first one that I finished. Whoops. And then I pulled these back out, and I've been working on them slowly but surely this week again. And I remember now why I switched to stockinette down here, and probably why these socks have sat on my couch for the last year. Because this pattern is not hard at all, the stitch pattern, not difficult, it's easy, totally doable, but I kind of got tired of it. So fortunately, I only have so it's a 12-row repeat, and I think I've got 3 repeats to go. So 36 rows until my heel flap. And so hopefully I'll get there this weekend. That's my goal, is to get there this weekend and work on my heel flap. So anyway, yeah, so this sock, you can see this is how I'm making these socks different. I'll be using the Spirit of Freedom just on this one. And unless a wild hair grabs me while I'm working on the bottom of this sock, who knows, maybe I'll add some more blue in there just to throw things really off, because you know how I like to do that. Anyway, so you can see maybe a little bit that the base color was just the teeniest bit darker. I kind of like it darker. I don't know. What do y'all think? I mean, I don't hate this, obviously, but I like that difference there, that deeper beige there. So who knows? Maybe I'll go back to that next time. But so there are a few left of these in the shop, and they're in fingering and DK both. And then, oh, well, let me show you my other project, actually, whilst I'm at it. I'm just breaking things up all over the place. When Bo goes to do the chapters, he's going to be all befuddled. So here is my Fiorellino. Ooh, and I'm loving, boy, you can really see the tonal differences on the monitor there. I love that. So I've made a fair amount of progress. I haven't tried it back on. I don't think I'm going to do any side decreases. I'm just not in the mood. I don't know, maybe because it's summertime, I don't feel like it. So I'm just knitting it straight down. I do need to try it on soon because I don't want it to be too terribly long. I think I have got a couple of white bottoms, a white skirt, a white pair of pants that I'll definitely wear this with. And I can wear it with blue jeans. Obviously, it'll go well with that. But yeah, I'm excited to wear it. This great summer top. So obviously I did not finish in the month, but that's okay. That's okay. Hey, Diane, I'm glad you're here. Yes, Kim, Patriot. It was. Star Spangled was called Patriot. Good eye. I like it. And then Americana was actually the King Charles colorway. Do y'all remember that? Yeah. Oh, Yvette just found a Three Pines book at the resale store. Oh, get it. Or did you get it? I hope so. That was where anyway, if you missed it a couple weeks ago, I talked about how I refound the series and then realized I had the first book. And then, so I got all into the series now. So yeah, I'm in it. And I told Morgan picked I think this book up the other day. And she said, "What is this?" And I said, "Well, don't get too interested because it's part of a 20 book series." And she's like, "Oh, because Morgan has a thing. If she starts a book that's a part of a series, she has to finish it." And I'm like, "But if you don't like it, why do you, I just have to finish it, Mom." Okay. Not me, but that's Morgan. So, but if you're going to read a 20 book series, this is the series to do it for sure. Laura, you probably do have a skein of it somewhere. Oh, Diane, cooler in Ontario, only going to 65. Ooh, I bet Bo is envious of you. Let me tell you. Okay, what else do we have? So next up, last night was Dying to Knit. Oh, I meant to bring my bag of candy in here, but too bad. I don't have it. I left it out there. So just to show y'all, it was based on the Good and Plenty candies. So here is the colorway that we dyed up. And then the Coordinating Cousins, and this is a pre-order. It's open to all and sundry. So if you are interested in some pinks, these are for you. So this is obviously Good and Plenty was our colorway. So this is Good and Pinky because it is pink. It's got all the shades of pink in it that were in our skein. And then this is Good and Twisty. And as I was telling them, this is basically the colorway Berry with, you can see those tonal differences in there. It's got a lot of black thrown on top of it. So, far off, it kind of just looks like a purple skein. But if you look up close, you can really see those tonal differences. And yeah, so it's berry with a lot of black thrown on top. So it looks pretty good. I'm well pleased with both of them. So Good and Twisty, of course, being an ode to the licorice that Good and Plenty's are. So, all right. And then I want to show y'all. We'll talk more about Dying to Knit here in a minute, but I want to show y'all the set of colorways that is being shipped to Knit in Longwood. It's a yarn shop over in Longwood. And Marnie asked for another order. So this is what she is getting. I will show you. So aubergine, dun, dun, dun. She's also getting burnt butter again. She said it was a huge hit, and I'm not surprised. Everybody seems to be drawn to burnt butter. And then she wanted something that goes with burnt butter, but it's a little different. And so I came up with the new colorway. I named it Hot and Cold. You can see it has the burnt butter colors in it, or colorway in it. I say colors because I use more than one dye powder to get that. And then it's got this beautiful navy blue, and it actually has some of that aubergine in it, although it's a little bit harder to see and pull out. I didn't use much. but I wanted to tie it together with the aubergine colorway as well. So that's a brand new colorway going to knit in Longwood. So those 3, and then 2 more. She's also getting No Strings Attached, beautiful blue speckle, and also some Bamboozled. I love it. So you got some of that deep dark aubergine in there. Hubba hubba. All right. Yeah. So those are going to her. She'll get them by next week sometime. I love it. Okay. So, hey, Karen Gutowski. I saw Karen last weekend too. Always love to see Karen. Kim, what series did you just start? You know, I forget. Like it literally, I'll say something and then I forget exactly. Is it the Louise Penny series? If so, I hope you love it as much as I do. Oh, yes, Laura, hot and cold. Oh, yeah, that would make a good. And it will definitely, it's got some color repeats in there. So it could, they're pretty short, but you could get some color pooling out of that if you wanted. And it would definitely be doing some of that faux self-striping on a sock. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I expect to hear good things out of that one. So let me tell you, Dying to Knit. If you've been wondering or thinking you might want to join back in, now is the time. We have the 3-month subscription is open for a limited time. It will cover the months July, August, and September. And don't forget, for those of you who have been participating all year long, at the end of September, you will get an extra yarn goodie. I already have it planned out and everything. So totally excited about that, obviously. But anyway, so Dying to Knit, if you don't know, is basically we have a theme. There's so many things I want to say about it. It's like, where do I start? So we always have a theme. This year it's been retro rewind. And so I'm just having a side train of thought about what I'll do for the last, the holiday months this year. Anyway, retro rewind has been our theme, overarching theme. And so every 3 months we kind of had a specific, what was our first 3 months? It was classic. What was it, y'all? Classic books. Duh. Hello. I know this. Classic books. Then we did classic candies. The last 3 months will be classic television. So July will be inspired by Happy Days. August will be the colorway, mystery colorway will be inspired by the Golden Girls. Who doesn't love the Golden Girls? And then the last one, September, the mystery colorway will be inspired by The Nanny. So I tried to pick from, 3 decades. Happy Days started, I think, in the 70s, I saw, and then Golden Girls started in the 80s, and then The Nanny was in the mid 90s. So, yeah. So, and I say mystery colorway, it's a mystery colorway because you've already committed to it. You've already paid for it, but all is revealed in our Dying to Knit video live that I do on once a month, the second Thursday of every month, unless there's a conflict, but there's not a conflict in July, August, or September. So it'll be the second Thursday of each month, and it takes place in a private Facebook group. So for new people that have signed up, I will get you added. Just give me the next week to get that sorted and get you put in there. And yeah, so you get, and then being in the Facebook group, I usually go in about once a week and talk about what all's going on in the dye pots. Actually, I have some fun things. I told you all last night about a Christmas colorway, and then I forgot to show you the Christmas colorway. So early next week, I'll go live in there and show you my experiments thus far. So, and I typically do that with the Dying to Knit group. So, yeah, so that's it. And you can sign up. I don't know how long I'll leave it up, probably the next week or so. I'll leave it up. Yes. And then of course I always do coordinating cousins, so that if you've ordered it, if you have a certain project in mind, then you can always have some some fun colorways that go with it. Karen, oh yes, Kim. Okay, so Three Pines. Yes, it's such a good series for sure. And then Karen, I've got a bunch of burnt butter, so now I need, yes, you do. You definitely need that. Let's see. Marnie was my very first local yarn shop in Florida. And now a couple of my old friends are learning to knit there. I love stories like that, Sharon. That's fabulous. Let's see. Yes, books, candy, TV, and lots of fun. Okay, so what else did we okay, couple of announcements that I have for you. Actually, just places that I will be. I've had some updates this week. So first of all, by the way, what do y'all think of my drink? It looks a little bit like chocolate milk, doesn't it? It's actually a chocolate matcha latte. It tastes a little bit like chocolate milk. Morgan said, it tastes like chocolate milk with an aftertaste of matcha. And she's not wrong. It does. All right, moving on. Okay, so first of all, get ready. So July, Christmas in July, yes? What do y'all think about knitting socks, Christmas socks, and making that our fiber challenge for the month? Who's up for that? I think that would be fun. Anyway, so Christmas in July. I now have 3 local trunk shows that I will be doing in July. So I will also be releasing online colorways online every single week. But if you come to one of the trunk shows, you should, if everything works out as I am planning for it to, you should be able to access all the colorways locally and get your hands on them. And that way you don't have to pay for shipping. So the first one, this one is new, will be at Knitcessities on July 5th. That's the very first Saturday. So I've got lots of Christmas dyeing I've got to get done so that I have them. So, and it'll pretty much, that one will pretty much be all Christmas themed. I might bring a few extra goodies, but that'll be it. And then July 19th, I will be at Knit and Stitch for a Christmas themed only trunk show. And also the sock blank dye class. There is a link to that on my website. You'll actually sign up for the class on Knit and Stitch's website. All right. I will bring holiday colors, but also I'll have some other colors as well. So if you don't want to do a holiday themed, Christmas or Hanukkah, you don't want to do that, then you can do something else. And then lastly will be July 26th at She Sells Yarn. I will be doing that one. We just talked about a regular trunk show, but I will have my Christmas colorways there as well. And I'm teaching 2 classes that day. So one of them is the working with hand-dyed yarns. We talk about mainly about those, wildly variegated skeins that you have. Sometimes they're the one-offs you bought because you love the color, but then you're like, I don't know what to do with this. Or there was a lady in class this last week who had, it was a very pretty colorway, but she said, when I knit it up, it just looks like mud. And so, we talked about that, and then she came up with a plan of what she's going to do with that yarn. So we talk about how to know if you have one of those colorways and kind of how to predict if you're able to. And obviously there's math to some of that I don't get into. We are not talking about planned pooling here. We don't get that into it, but we talk about how to make your hand-dyed yarns look good. What are some specific patterns for the different techniques that you can use? All that good stuff. So I'll be teaching that class again at She Sells Yarn on July 26th. And then I'll also be doing a botanical scarf dyeing experience. I think there's one spot left for that. And I have some new dye elements because we only use natural dyes on that. But I have some new dye elements, which, by the way, I'm going to play around with some of it, and I'll do a reel or something so that you can see it, but it'll be fun. So yeah, so that is coming up. And then I do have next weekend, if you would already know about it. If you're in the Bay Area Knitting Guild, I'll be doing a private trunk show for them. Pam, who's a member of the Bay Area Knitting Guild, is releasing a new pattern. It should be next week, which I will make sure to highlight for you all. It's a sock pattern. We love our sock patterns, yes. And so, she used some of my yarn, multiple colorways of my yarn for samples. So I'm doing a private trunk show for them next weekend. So I'll talk a little bit more about that next week, and I'll make sure that you all get a heads up as to what that pattern is. So, hey, Angie, are you back? How was your trip? I think I saw some pictures of that, right? Like Bobby's on a trip right now. I forget who else. I thought somebody else was on a trip. Everybody's having fun. I'm so glad that y'all are enjoying your summer. That's right, Lonnie. Christmas in July is coming. And by the way, next week is essentially Christmas Eve, just so you know, because it's the last weekend in June. That makes it Christmas Eve. I'll have a little special something to celebrate that. Thank you very much. And what was I going to say about that? Something about next week, but I don't remember now what it was. It'll come back to me the minute that I get done here. Oh, Anne says, always up for socks. I like it. I like it. And then, all right, Lonnie, you're already booked for Knitmas in July. I like it. And some other personal knitting. Very nice. Hey, Everdina, glad you're here. And Valera, woohoo, sock pattern. That's right. Let's see. Is it Puro Crochet? You're watching from Brazil. I love that. See, we've got Karen from Scotland. Now we've got someone in Brazil. I love that so much. And then Vima's Crochet. Hello, welcome. I'm glad y'all are here. All right. Lonnie, what are you laughing at? I don't know. Did I miss it? I'm so glad that y'all are here. That's awesome. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about the Christmas in July Hallmark movies. We're going to have to do something for that, aren't we? I'm surprised I haven't seen anything on it. But, I haven't been watching my Hallmark lately. I was telling the ladies last night, Dying to Knit, that I haven't been watching as much TV. I've been busy reading and knitting. And yeah, we've been I have to tell y'all, it's a little embarrassing. I don't know. Well, we have been stuck on Big Bang Theory. So, and we've seen a lot of the episodes, but sometimes there's one channel that plays them on our cable network or whatever. Is it still called a cable network? I don't know. I just know that Bo signs us up for these things. Anyway, it's on Spectrum. There are two channels that play Big Bang. One of them plays them in order. And so you can watch them, kind of like The Office. I don't know about y'all, but when The Office is playing, like when it gets to the last season, I'm like, oh, we got to watch that. We got to watch the last season of The Office. Never mind that I've seen it 9 times. I don't care. Got to see it. Anyway, Big Bang, there were for a lot of years, I didn't get to watch Big Bang for whatever reason. Well, now that they're playing all the reruns, Bo and I are both trying to catch up and figure out, okay, have we seen this episode? And where does this episode fall? And we finally have watched enough that we're kind of starting to figure it out. Although I have yet to see why Amy breaks up with Sheldon and how they I don't think we've seen how they get back together either. See, yeah. So I don't have time to watch Hallmark right now. I'm busy figuring out Big Bang Theory. Anyway, Christmas in July, I will be watching Hallmark. Thank you very much for that reminder, Lonnie. I appreciate that. All right, moving on. Let's see. Yes, Sydney, by the way, if you don't know, that's Bo. We call him Bo. And he's what we call our executive producer, so named by Laura, my hubby. Thank you. I appreciate that. Bima's Crochet says that I have a beautiful yarn collection. I think you all know that or you wouldn't be here, but I appreciate you saying it. Okay, Lonnie, we get at least 4 premiere unwrapping Christmas movies in July. I'm a little embarrassed, Lonnie, that I did not know that. Okay. And 12 seasons. Yes, a Big Bang. I know there's a lot of seasons and a lot to catch up on. So anyway, I've talked enough. So listen, I have shipping to finish up today. And then it's Friday. So you know what that means? Grocery shopping. I actually enjoy grocery shopping. I don't like when it always seems to be 5 o'clock right when we get back. I'm like, can't I have just a few minutes to sit down? But it never fails. We get back right at 5 o'clock. And then as soon as I get the groceries put away, it's like time to eat dinner. So fortunately, Bo usually does the cooking, or we'll get Publix Deli or something like that. So it's not like I have to cook. But the day has been busy. You know what I mean? Like I want to sit down and read for a couple minutes. Sit down and read my book or knit a couple rows. That's always good too. So anyway, I plan to get plenty of knitting done this weekend because I will be going to the Worldwide Knit in Public Day event tomorrow. And then Sunday is Father's Day, and Bo's son is going to take him out to breakfast. I'm going to keep my butt right here, and I'm going to laze around and do all the reading and all the knitting. So I hope that y'all have an equally wonderful weekend planned. I realize that for some of you, sitting around reading is not your idea of a wonderful weekend. So whatever your idea is, I hope that you have a fantastic time. Thank you all so much for showing up. I've already said it, but I'll say it again. If you are new, oh, by the way, I'm Carolyn, if you're new. And if you haven't subscribed, then I would love for you to do that always. It helps me out, helps you out. And I do post other things from time to time. So, there is that. All right. I think that's it. I'm just trying to find my way over to end all the things and end my chattering. I'll get there eventually. So let's see. Is there any last minute announcement? Oh, there isn't a last minute announcement. I just wanted to say Happy Father's Day. I said it in the newsletter, but whether you're a dad, a stepdad, granddad, an uncle, a mentor, if you have in any way shaped or stitched some love and support into other people's lives, then Happy Father's Day to you. We appreciate you, and I hope that you feel appreciated. So, all right, I will see what I can do to make Bo feel appreciated, since he's so abused and so unloved. All right, everybody, please take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for joining me as always, and I will see you next time right here. All right, bye, everybody.